Hey, how's it going, guys? So, I've actually compiled, or not compiled, but I set the build settings up inside of the project. So, if we go into build settings, we have main menu and we have scene. So, I decided let me go ahead and test to make sure everything is working. Now, there is a bug, and the bug is completely my fault. And here's the bug. You guys are going to laugh at this. We hit resume. Okay, that works. We hit main menu. Oh, okay, that looks good. We'll go ahead and go into play. Um, Hello? So we also get a null reference exception error. Let's go ahead and take a look at this. We'll see in here, what is the null reference exception? Something inside of update. So I don't know why we're getting that reference exception, because if that equals null, it's because it equals null. Okay. So that should be pretty easy to fix. And luckily it's there now, so we're not getting that error anymore. But what we need to do is, one, we need to fix this. And then two, we need to fix it so this way if we're inside the main menu, we can go back into the game scene and it not bugger out on us. So let's go ahead and do that. We have the first time right here. So what we're going to do is we're going to need to do a check to see where we are at. So we have an awake, which means now we need a start. And for start, we actually need to be using scene management. Using Unity Engine dot scene management. So is what we're doing. We'll go ahead and load up the API. Unity scripting API. So scene manage it. Why is this on button? I don't know. Scene manager. So let's go ahead and take a look at this real quick. We're looking at load scene. And so we know that it is a method group. And so it's just load scene. What the number is. And it is using scene management.load scene mode. And we have single. So what we're going to do is we are actually going to create an if statement. So the way we need to do this is scene manager, and I'm actually looking for another little, that's what I'm looking for, get active scene. That's what it's called. So we're actually going to say scene. We'll just call it scene. And this will be scene manager dot get active scene. And so in here is what we're going to do is we're going to say if scene, I think that's, no, we can't do it that way. What am I missing? What am I missing? What am I missing? You know, let's go and create a string. String scene name. This will equal current. No, it's not called current scene. It's just called scene dot name. So we're going to say if scene name dot, no, because we're already calling it by the name, so we can just say main menu, which I don't know if that's how it's spelled. I can't see it because it's behind there. Main menu scene. So that's what we need to type in. Main menu scene. Then is what we'll do. We're going to say, oh wait, I actually need to make this, I need to give this brackets because I'll need to say first time equals 0. Save current state. So is what's going to end up going on. Oh, that's why. There we go. Okay, so we're going to check the scene name. We're going to say if it's the main menu scene, then we're going to set the first time and we're going to save the current state. And that should be okay, except for the fact that it's going to call this, which it's actually going to call through here. Guys, I'll be right back. Okay, guys, sorry about that. I had to do my laundry. Where was I? Oh, the null reference error. So we need a way to check to see if it is null, where it will return this. So in here, I'm going to say if pH equals null, then right here, I really don't want to do a return though, because it won't be able to get it if it's still null. Or actually we'll say if pH instance equals null, then we're going to say return. So I need to check out the game manager. Go ahead and do that real quick. I need to add these to the scene. Then I need to come up to scripts. These are player scripts. Where is my game manager? Alright, so go ahead and save this now. So it'll look for a pH instance. If it equals null, it's just going to return. So let's see if this is loading yet or not. Okay, so he's going into patrol state. We have no errors yet. Let's go to main menu. Let's go to play. We have no errors. And that is beautiful. Okay, so that's fixed. Oh wait, I didn't check the game manager because we also need to make sure that it is loading inside the game manager. So we have this. Let me go to main menu. Then we'll hit play. And it is loaded in the game manager. So it is working. That's the first thing we need to fix. The next thing we need to fix is this health save, or health, stamina, energy, and the well, I don't care about the transform. That can go back to 0. I want the player to have to work at building that up. So the next thing we need to do is we actually need to check to see what scene we're in. So we've already kind of started doing that. But is what's going on here? If we come down here and first time equals 0, as soon as it runs this, it's going to set all of these values. And it's going to say first time equals 1. So is what we need to do is we need to say, let's go ahead and throw all of this. I'm just going to take these with me real quick. I'm going to paste that here. And underneath this, we're going to do that. So we're getting the name of all this, and we're specifying a string name. And we're saying if it equals main menu scene, then it's, right now it's going to run this. But if we change this first equal sign to an exclamation mark, now we're saying if it does not equal main menu scene, or I'm actually going to create a new screen, or a new scene, I mean. This will be our splash screen. So we'll say starting scene. So as long as it doesn't equal either one of these, then it will run this. Otherwise, it won't. So now it should take our health and our stamina and our energy, and it should keep it whenever we hit play. So let's go into main menu, and you bastard. Let's see. Let me check something out real quick. So, are we loading? We are not loading. We have the load current state. Let me see. So if it equals null, it's already loading it in. And although this does take place, we actually need to say, we actually need to give it this right here. and then we'll do that. So it's okay if it... Let me move this up here to the top. There we go. It's okay if it loads the state into scene, because it'll actually set this to 0 and say save current state. And so as long as it's set in the first time to 0, that's the main thing. And then it'll come here and it'll get the load current state, and it should be fine. So right now the state, I wish I would have made that a public int, but things happen. So we're going to hit play. Let's go to main menu. Let's go to play. So it's still not... Does not equal that. Now I'm actually going to put down here, I'm going to say debug.log. Let's say first time equals plus first time. Then enemy damager. Well, no, I can't exactly edit this right now, so we're just going to have to deal with that. Sorry, guys. So I'm going to come back in here. I'm going to hit play. So we should get a bunch of logs down here. So first time equals 1. That's fine. We're going to go into main menu. We'll hit play. And first time still equals 1. So we're not getting a first time equals 0. So that is what is going on. And the reason why we are... Obviously it won't do it in here because we're saying it can't equal these things. That's why it stopped doing it. But interestingly enough, we never did get a 0. So if I were to do debug.log and do a string, first time plus first time, so we should get this one time in the main menu, but then in the rest, let's see what happens. So this is never going to 0. Let's go to main menu. So it's never actually getting called in here. I do not know why it is not getting called in here, but it is not getting called in here. So we're actually going to have to take this. We're going to have to paste it under here. And we can go ahead and get rid of the start group. I don't know why Game Manager is taking so long to load. And I know I said it's bad to do it this way, but luckily it's just going to be in the main menu. Otherwise it's going to look over this. So I really hate doing it this way. You guys have no idea how much I hate doing it this way. Like, I wish the Game Manager would just work. I wish it would work perfectly, so I didn't have to deal with this, but that's what you get whenever you instance things, is sometimes you run into issues like this. So it's just a way of trying to work around it, trying to figure out something that works. So I'd expect that to say 1. That's fine. Let's go to main menu. We are not getting any... Well, we got the Game Manager here. And we're checking to see if the scene name is main menu scene. So is what's going on is... The hell was that? I have no idea what that was. Is it spelled differently? I can't tell. No, it's spelled the same. Huh. I'm keeping these as a 0 for a reason. Eventually, one of these will be a 0 and the other will be a 1. So that's why I'm doing this. I want to see if it's working off of the build index. I hope this works. We'll see. So we should still be getting a bunch of messages down here first time we go to Patrol State. But it's when we go to the main menu, that's the part I'm curious about. So that's working like I expected to. But here's what is interesting. And main menu scene is 0 for the build index, but we are not getting anything. Let me go into main menu scene. Yes, I will save that. Let's slap this on here real quick. Wait a minute, I know what's going on. I know exactly what's going on. So, this right here is equally null because the player's not in this, so it's returning and it's kicking out of this, ignoring the rest of this. So what we need to do is take this bad boy. We're going to paste this bad boy up here. Now we will see it will work. I didn't even think about that. I put the return in here to get rid of the error and end up screwing myself over. So I'm actually going to ignore this game. Well, I guess I could go and hit start and see if it works, but I don't feel like it. Because that would require me checking the scene out, and I really don't want to. Let's go into the metric scene. Don't save. Hit play. Okay, main menu. Well, shit, I was hoping. So, it's still not... Well, I mean, it's... Oh, it's not throwing the debug.log message because it's kicking out of that state before it is able to give us the message. So it is working. As you can see, our health is up there. So I'm actually going to drain my energy some. Let's go ahead and go to main menu and hit play. And awesome, that does refill. It doesn't keep it the same. So that's actually exactly what we want. So we can go ahead and kick this message out of here. All of this is now working. The stats work whenever you go into the main menu. And now we need to do something else. So I know it's kind of confusing seeing some of this, but this is actually my work through my steps to try and figure out, like, if I have bugs, I'm trying to fix them. Just kind of talk to yourself. Sometimes you need expert advice. In my case, I seek the advice of a dumbass. You know, completely optional. But this is my steps to actually working through problems. I'm going to move the mic away so it doesn't keep maxing out in the red like that. So the next thing that I want to do is something. I don't remember what it was. I actually spoke with Jason earlier, so he's going to set the Chompy up. I need to set the animations. So let's go ahead and do that real quick. We already have Chompy selected. Let's go to Window, 2D. No, not 2D. We want to go to Animation. And we're actually going to create Chompy Animation. So let's go into Scenes, Animation. And this is going to be Chompy. Wait a minute. Here he has... my brain just broke. Do I have those checked out? Reconnect, you bastard. Let's see. Scripts... So we have Chompy. Yeah, we have these animation files. I'll go ahead and check them out. Because this Chompy then should have an animation window to them. So let's add component, animator. Let's come down here, and his controller will be, I guess, just simple enemy. Let's find out. Yeah, so it's just simple enemy for what we have. Oh, are you serious, Unity? There we go. So we have damage and we have death, which I think we already have one for the death, I think. I can't remember. So we need to open the animation window back up, animation, and this is really hard to work within one screen, just saying. So we also have the sprites, character sprites, and we have the death animations and the take damage. So this one is Chompy Damage, I believe. I need to go back to... Where are you at? Chompy. There you are. Okay, so we're going to go to Chompy Damage. Let's just do that. And we will actually Control-C. I'm going to have him stay in this state for half a second. So he'll close his eyes and open them right back up. Let's go into Death. We're going to... Actually, I want to take this... Wait a minute. Wait a minute, wait a minute, wait a minute. I actually think for 2 right here, I'm going to bring in the take damage. And then for the death idle, I'm going to space that out a little bit so he should be dead. There we go. And so for the death, this plays out... Oh no, we're going to make that play for 1 second. There we go. And now that that is done... I'm actually messaging someone right now, trying to figure out where they're at on the script. And if he's still working within the script, that's fine, because we have our Chompy down here, but we don't have an idle animation. So what we can do is we can actually create an idle animation. Actually doesn't look too bad, I don't think. Alright, so I'm going to show one of these in Explore, and we're going to start rigging this bad boy up. I'll create another video, but y'all have already seen this, so it's optional if you want to watch it.